The story of One Piece. Monkey D. Luffy started out as just a kid with a dream to become the greatest pirate in history. Steered by the tales of pirate red-haired Shanks, Luffy vowed to become a pirate himself. That was before the enchanted devil fruit gave Luffy the power to stretch like rubber at the cost of being unable to swim, a serious handicap for an aspiring sea dog. Undeterred, Luffy set out to sea and recruited a couple of crewmates, Master Swordsman Zoro and treasure hunting thief Nami. Hey, hold on. Don't click off yet. I feel like I just have to. I just want to have a honest moment real quick before y'all go, but or stay for this chapter review. But I just want to kind of talk about real quick how I got here to doing chapter reviews and Pokemon content, basically Japanese comics. And I know a lot of my newer subscribers know my YouTube channel to be more on the entertainment dance side. I use this platform first for kind of my digital resume to post my dance content, my acting content, and my work professionally. But after doing this for 10 years, I have a great career, but now I want to build something of my own. And it was I was told I should do social media, I have this personality, I should do social media. But I wanted to do something that was real, true, that I can come here every single day and do videos on it. And for subscribers that's been here since I've been posting on YouTube, hey, please, give it a try. For the new subscribers, thanks so much. Give me a try. For people that don't know me, just give me a try. As you can see, I post frequently, and I'm only going to get better. My original name is Troy, and I grew up as an athlete, musician. I went to entertainment, but deep down inside, or who I really was, I was always just 300-pound man inside. And I'm moving like I'm nervous. I'm not usually this personal, but I was always into video games. I was always into manga, Japanese comic books. And it's crazy because my best friend, he fulfilled that side of me. I would go over there every day. We would play video games, play Warcraft, play Halo, play Power Stone, play Super Smash. And that was really me, man. And people were surprised in my high school that we were friends when people found out that was my brother. I'm like, no, that's, the other things are my activities and parts of me, but this is what I really love. So, after Hollywood's kind of washed right now, it's struggling, everything is self-tape, and I just feel very empty doing these self-tapes and not hearing nothing back, and my book rate's been really, really low with that. I book more in person. And so I was like, well, if I can do these self-tapes, and it's been 10 years, let me just try this. But let me do something I loved in my childhood, which is video games and manga and anime. They've taught me so many different lessons, and I've learned so much about character and perseverance and hardship. And this is not scripted. I'm just going off the dome. I'm just being honest. And for my new watchers, I want you to try and read along with me, or try one of the animes I might recommend. But it's more than just a manga to me. It's not more just in game. Back then, even for the gamings or in the PS1 to PS3, those JRPG stories, those Final Fantasy stories just showed me so much about character resilience, expanded my horizons in culture and vocabulary, and taught me about perseverance. Or Goku's and Vegeta's about, having pride in who you are, or Sailor Moon about friendship and love, and Naruto just saying what you're going to do it and do it, and Bleach just accepting who you are, with him being a Quincy and a Hollow and a Shinigami. And One Piece has found family, and this is literally my number 2. I give Naruto my number 1 because that's the one that got me into the anime manga ecosystem. With Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon, I just watched the anime, but when I watched Naruto, I was reading the manga. But I made this because I think it's a little jarring sometimes for people to see me doing this and where does this come from? But just give me a chance, and I really am. Hope you see I'm having a good time, but I'm putting stuff out I love to see, and I like to talk about. So I hope you feel that and you're here for this journey. And I don't do what when I first started, I did a lot of these talks and I got away from these personal because I was just like, no one cares. I'm just talking to myself. But after the latest content, I got to make sure it's not just about batch videos, not just about whatever. When I do something, I'm here to give you something. I'm here to, you to enjoy the ride. And right now we're around 480. We're working up to get 500 so I can get monetized. But I don't know. I know how this could be jarring. But I really appreciate everyone here, and everyone's here. You're here because it's me. It's not a character I'm playing. It's not like Dr. Alchemist came from designers back in the day were literally looked as were alchemists, or alchemy is like design. Of course it's magical stuff when you get into it, but really alchemists are just designers, and so that's how I came up with the name. And I was like, this is the evolved version of who I was as a kid, the adult version. There's still LT and I still have my entertainment career, but like I had this platform, just a guy in the room. This is all the stuff I put together. I went to Hobby Lobby. I was super excited and just took everything I know, built my set, and it looks great, man. And so, speaking of that, hold on, I forgot something. Okay, I knew something was missing. I don't even know why I'm doing this. I know these talks people click off during this time, but I just, thanks for being here. And I'm going to keep doing this. I'm committed to do every single chapter until this manga ends. And, thank you. I just wanted to put this out on my channel and the Zeitgeist. And, I have 400 and something subscribers. So, I want to see all y'all view the content. And if, I hope you enjoy this part of me. Okay, let's get to the manga review. Get off my TED Talk soapbox, but I hope this resonated with you, and I'm sorry if this kind of threw off the video. I just wanted to be honest, and it's a weird time in my career right now. So it's like I worked so hard, and then it's like you're told that you get the credentials and the skills, and you be able to make moves, but now, not even gonna go into the politics of the situation. But I'm happy I have this outlet here that I push play, I produce, I write, I do everything here, and I can put it out. I don't have to beg or wait for somebody to give me the opportunity anymore. Okay, let's get to the chapter review. I'm gonna go take a sip of water, and thank y'all so much. Previously on One Piece. The battle with the Black Cat Pirates rages on as Luffy and the company try to help Usopp defend his village against the plunder-hungry raiders. But despite the team's heroic efforts, the supply of deadly enemies seems exhaustible. Though Luffy mows down some with the ship's feline stem post and Usopp's pint-sized pirates and Nami join the fray, victory is still far from certain. But even as Zoro fights for his life against the strange cat-like Meow Band brothers, Siam and Butchie, a still more terrible menace emerges. Captain Kuro has arrived on the battlefield, and Luffy's little coalition is about to discover the hard way why he was once the terror of the seas. What's up, guys? This is Dr. Alchemist, M.F.A, the Neo Scholar. Are y'all ready for another One Piece chapter reviews? We're in mid-fight right now with Usopp, Kuro, Luffy, Nami, and Zoro. I'm so ready to get started. Are y'all ready? Thanks for being here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's just get into the chapter. Well, good news. We are now in volume 5 called For Whom the Bell Tolls. Right? Super dope. And it's a cover page with Captain Kuro being menacingly smiling, doing that. So that's the cover page for volume 5. And then now we have chapter 36. After them. So we have a cover page, so we're continuing the Why are they buzzsawing outside? Okay, anyway. So, my prediction was right. They're going to continue the story. Hold on. I don't know if they're working outside, like buzzsawing the roads to fix the roads, which they never fixed the roads, and now they're doing stuff outside. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're doing renovations next door, but they're not renovating my apartment complex, but the next one. Let's continue. So my theory is correct. Certain cover pages are going to have like a story, a continuation story of what happened previously in the manga. So in chapter 35, it was about Buggy trying to get away on a rowboat while some piranha sharks were trying to eat him. Well, this is MoJi and Kaboji. I remember the names. Buggy's first and second mate. They're leaving. They're still in the town, right? And I think it's an Orange Town. Let me figure this out. Okay, I did my research. Shell's Town is where they fought Captain Morgan. Orange Town is where they fought Buggy, right? Right. All right. So let's say it again. Shell's Town is where they fought Captain Morgan. Orange Town is where they met Nami, okay, and fought Buggy. So the first cover, part one on chapter 35, it was Buggy leaving Orange Town on a raft, trying to get away, being attacked by piranha sharks. All right. Now we have MoJi and Kaboji after the battle of them getting all beat up. You have, I forgot which one is. I think the one with the scarf and the unicycle that fought Zoro. I think that's MoJi. He's all bleeding out, trying to get away on his unicycle, right? And then you have Kaboji, who has the lion, holding his lion on his shoulders and running away. So they're running away from the village people because the village people are trying to get them out of Orange Town. And of course, the dog is biting Kaboji, the one that has... Hold on. All right, another correction. MoJi is the one with the lion. Kaboji is the one with the unicycle. All right, get it? Got it? Good. So MoJi and Richie are hanging out. Richie's the tiger, and they're running. They're running. And MoJi's being bitten by Chow Chow, the little dog. And then Kaboji, since he fought Zoro and got sliced up, he's holding his guts, like trying to get away, right? And the villagers are there with their, pitchforks and everything, like, pirates, get out of here. And it's called Buggy Screw After the Battle, Part 2, MoJi and Kaboji, right? And I love how it says MoJi and Kaboji in. I keep looking at my computer for to making sure. I need to commit that to memory. MoJi is the lion tamer. Kaboji is swordsman. MoJi is the lion tamer. Kaboji is the swordsman. All right, cool. Let's get into the chapter review, okay? So let's see. We're cutting to Kaya and the Usopp Pirates, the Three Musketeers. They're running in the forest to get away from the Jango because Captain Kuro sent the Jango to take out Kaya. Well, first hypnotize her, use hypnosis like Gengar, hypnose, and then get her to sign the will over to Kuro. Then they're going to kill her and take her fortune. That's the plan. But they have to find her. So they ran into the forest. I don't know where they're going in the forest, but they're just trying to get away in hopes that Luffy will be able to defeat them and also Zoro could be able to come and help, right? And that's really what this chapter is about, setting that up. Because Kaya is sick, right? And she's with 3 little kids. There's not much things they could do. And so the kids are running. One says, behind us, you see the hypnotist? Nope. Let's lose him for good. Nobody can catch us in these woods. Don't worry, Miss Kaya. You can count on us to protect you. On our honor as Usopp Pirate crew. And so they're talking to Kaya right now as they're running through the forest. I mean, this is pretty frightening right now. They're 3 kids and a sick girl. So they're not going to... How do I say this? They're not going to survive if they get in the fight, right? Even though they have pots and pans and bats. So then Kaya is thanking them. Thank you, Usopp Pirates. And all you hear is zoom. And those chakras that he used, I feel like there's this character in Soul Calibur, I can't remember, but had those chakras. But anyway, it's like a bladed circle. These chakras, he's slicing the forest apart. So like you're running, and it's like, wow. So they're taking out majority of the forest, and so he can have he's trying to hit Kaya, but he's also clearing the path so he can see. And they're very, very shocked, and the Usopp Pirates are very shocked, like, oh my god, what was that? And so the Django's like, they're not here. So the Django has not pinpointed where Kai is at. So he's just launching his chakras into the forest. That's how strong he is to mold down the forest, like Tamari did against old girl, the Genjutsu user, when she used the twin sickle attack, and clear out the whole forest. That's what Django is doing. He continues to keep slicing up the whole forest, and he's yelling, "Come out and play, you rotten brats!" And so Kaya and these are just kids. They're very, very scared. And then Django's like, "Don't think you can escape me." He found them, which I'm not very surprised because she's sick and she's not moving fast. So, where's the pistol? Maybe they should have brought the pistol. I would have had the pistol with me to try to shoot him. Like, that's what she should have had. Kaya, why don't you keep the pistol? It's him. He's not a typical traveling hypnotist, after all. That's the Usopp Pirate saying. The Django then says, if I have to, I'll topple this whole forest. I'll give it a nice buzz cut. Cut back to Usopp. What's that sound? So all you hear is the trees tumbling down. The trees are tumbling down. And everybody on the hill is hearing that. Damn, Nami is really out for the count, because we haven't heard from her in a while. It's probably the Django finishing off your friends. Go see for yourself, though. You may be too late, Captain Kuro says. Zoro, you better hurry to their aid, Zoro says. And then Kuro's like, if you can. Usopp's like, why you? And so Usopp he's been hit with the hammer. He's been hit by Kuro. He's been beaten up really bad. That first hit on his skull should have taken him out. So he's got blood everywhere. So he's struggling to move. Like he's very durable. Usopp is very durable to not have haki. Well, he has an observation, but that's later. So, if you can. So Kuro is looking down at Usopp while Zoro's like, hey, nah, you go get your friends, all right? You go get your friends. You lived in the same home with her for 3 years. Don't you have an ounce of feelings for her? Kuro says, not an ounce. As I said, Kaya was a pawn. I needed to further my plan. When she dies, then I'll save my things. And this pisses Luffy and Zoro off, as Usopp and Kuro is talking right now. Because Usopp's been there for years. He grew up in the village. His mom and dad has been there. His mom passed away. And he's seen Kuro 3 years ago take care of Kaya. And he's like, you don't have a heart, man? You don't care? And Zoro says, unredeemable scoundrel. And Luffy's like, who wants to redeem him? Cut back to Usopp. If I don't hurry, they'll all be killed. I'll never let slime like you win. There's not a second to lose. And so Usopp is getting up by his bootstraps, trying to run. He's trying to get up this hill, but he's so hurt. He's so hurt. And Kuro's like, you can move? Impressive. And so Butchie is still in his zombie state, looks at Usopp and launches straight at Usopp, saying, I'll slice him to ribbons. And then Zoro comes super quick, out of my way. Now, this is just me. If I was on the pirate crew, Zoro, I would have just lopped his head off. That's just me. I think Zoro would have done it. Zoro's probably done it before. This is the time. You got the zombie. Like, it's just too much going on. We don't have time to, you already sliced him one time. He's still alive. I would have lopped his head off. That's just me. Zoro should have took his head out. So he just kind of, what did he do? He has one sword here and other sword here, but he has the blunt edge against his neck, like, hey. And then he's like in a hurry. And so he gets him on the ground, and Zoro has one to his neck and the other one like this, like cross to go shoot. He can go off his head. And then tells Butchie, you've been a very I was like, you've been a very bad kitty. Stay down and shut up, and I may let you live. Zoro, this is too much talking. We don't have time. They're about to take out Kaya. As Usopp is going up the hill, Usopp falls straight on his face. All right. And Usopp was like, sorry. Luffy screams Usopp. Usopp's like, no, my body can't move. He's pretty beat up real bad. So Zoro needs to hurry up and take out Butchie so he can go help out the Jango, because what else can they do? Kuro laughs. You look ridiculous. But you're much safer on the ground like that. If you caught up with the Jango, he'll only kill you, Kuro says. And Usopp is crying and bawling because he just has no more gas in the tank. Doesn't matter. Gotta protect them. I gotta protect those kids. Kuro's like, Usopp's like, Usopp. Zoro said that. Usopp. And Luffy's like damn near about to cry. Here come Butchie. Round gets up, claws onto Zoro. Zoro blocks it. And I mean, this is why you should have knocked him out. Zoro gets hit into the wall. Zoro, you know the anime rules. You should have okay, you take him out one time, he gets back up, you just kill him. Like, you should have just took him out. Should have lopped his head off. I would have done it. I gave you the first freebie, but the second time, no. Okay? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I'm just a dumbass bitch. Okay? And so Usopp monologues. I'm Captain Usopp, and they're my crew. I'm a brave warrior of the sea. I won't let you lay a finger on the villagers. And so the Black Cat pirate crew are in the back, laughing their ass off, and they're not in the battle. Okay? Look at him trying to throw threats. He's on his ground. He's on the ground. He's a crybaby. So on and so forth. Then somebody just threw a boulder at them. Guess who it was? Luffy. Luffy says, laugh at Usopp again and I'll kill you. So as you start, Luffy has good discernment, and as you'll see with different people that Luffy wants to protect, once he has in his mind that you're a good person and he sees that, oh, you're his friend, you're his Nakama. And so this is really building up Usopp to join the Straw Hat Pirates, and I love this. Here come Butchie attacks Zoro again. I'm so over him. He's like, kitty cat, I told you never to get in my way again. You were warned. This is the 3rd time he's in your face. And then, thank God, Zoro slices him again. I think he uses the same attack and says, out of my way. So Butchie's now down for the count. Okay. I still say he should have got his head lopped off, but hey, whatever. It's not me. Captain Kuro then looks. Usopp is shocked. The Black Cat Pirates are shocked. Now Zoro's like, hey, Luffy, I'll carry Usopp and go after the hypnotist. Because Zoro, the running gag for Zoro, he gets lost. He just gets lost. He's bad with directions. Actually, the worst in the whole entire crew. And Zoro's like, hey, got a problem with that? Because I'm going to take Usopp. We're going to go fight the Jango. And I need Usopp because I don't know where to go. We already saw what happened. We were on the South Beach, and now we was running to the North Beach, and nobody knew how to get there, right? And so Luffy's like, all right, no problem. Hurry. Go. So Usopp didn't apologize. He's so sorry. Zoro's like, I'd make better time on my own, but they're in the woods. I'll never catch them without you to guide me. So that's the whole reason why he brought Usopp. So Captain Kuro, as they're Zoro and Usopp passing him, Captain Kuro's like, who gave you permission to climb this slope? Because Kuro's like, okay, Usopp by himself, you can go. You, Zoro, you might actually beat my first captain. So what are you doing, bro? And so Luffy yells, "I did," and just boom, gum pistol right at him. Zoro, so now Kuro weaves, right? Luffy goes for another one. Take this, Butler. Kuro then weaves again, looks at Luffy, and then poofs at another punch. This is crazy. He has that like ability, like in Dragon Ball Z, when you can after image real fast. He just moves so fast. And now Luffy, he actually punched a few trees down. He disappeared, and all you hear is Freddy Krueger behind your ass. And he slices at Luffy. Luffy then, like, he's getting sliced from the back, so he goes like this. He goes like that. His legs go out, and then Luffy starts laughing and clamps his feet together and yells, "This is a new attack." He yells, "Gum spear." And so what he does is he's on his hands, like on a handstand, a backwards handstand. He puts his feet together and goes like that with his feet. It's like a spear straight at you. So Captain Kuro's like, "Oh shit." And then Captain Kuro disappeared again. Hey, he disappeared again. Captain Kuro's like, "Oh, well, Zoro got up the slope." Luffy said that. Okay? Not Kuro. And so now the Black Cat Pirates are shocked that, Luffy's actually, going toe-to-toe with Kuro. They can't believe it. They've probably never seen this before. Kuro then says, "Before we fight, seriously, I have one question. Why are you an outsider sticking your neck out for this village?" Because he's like, "You're doing too much. What is going on?" Luffy then says, "Because there's someone in this village I don't want you to kill." And that's Usopp, right? And probably Kaya by association. And so cutting back to Zoro and Usopp in the forest. And they have no compass. And Zoro's like, "East, east, east." Zoro's like, "Well, how do I know what east is? Say left or right. Like, do y'all know what north, south, east, west? Is it, we talked about this last time. Is it where the sun's at? I don't know." So, yeah, that's frustrating. So then, Usopp's like, "Right, go right, okay?" Cut back to Kuro. "Ah, how simple. Is it enough to die for?" "It's good enough for me, but I'm not going to get killed," Luffy says. So now they're about to be off to fighting. Cut back to Jango. They must have got away again. All you see is the Jango slicing on his chakras, all these parts of the forest, right? Everything is getting sliced up. And then the Jango says, "Now, where do they run to?" And so Kaya falls out. She's huffing, she's puffing, she's barely making it, okay? She's like, "Oh my God." She's sick, "I'm sorry, you boys, go on." "What? But it's our duty to protect you." If they had the gun, they could have, I don't know, like use Kaya as bait and then try to shoot him from the back and hide in the bushes. They're in the forest. Kaya then says, "Hey, no, she's burning up. Take it easy, Miss Kaya." Sorry. The Usopp Pirate says, "Hey, no, she's burning up. Take it easy, Miss Kaya. She needs a doctor. There's no time, dummy. Our lives are in danger." But she can't run anymore. At a time like this, Usopp Pirates must be prepared. Hey, we'll fight that dumb. And guess who comes out there, like, getting the morale up? The hypnotist. So here you are, the Jango says. End of chapter. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video of another One Piece chapter reviews, chapter 36. And if you stuck around this far, I truly appreciate you. Like, I, put a little extra thought in this video, and I'm always going to get better, but I thank you so much for just listening, me being honest with you. And this might not happen all the time, but I think it's important for you, us to connect, because we're going to be here together a long time, and I just want to make sure I'm just not putting stuff out just putting stuff out. No, this is really me and what I love, Japanese comics and gaming. So thank y'all so much. This is Dr. Alchemist M.F.A. logging off. I'll see y'all later.